Hello YouTube, thank you for stopping by. As always, please click like if you happen to enjoy this video, please click on subscribe, and if you would like to be notified when I publish future videos, just click on that bell-shaped notify button. Additionally, I'd love to hear from you, so please be sure to leave me a comment, and please share this video with anyone you think might also like it. Alrighty then. In this video, I'm taking an old 6-inch wide bench vise, cleaning it up, giving it a upgrade using some thrust bearings, and then I make a mounting plate for it so that I can use it on my interchangeable tool mounting system, which is based on Hitch Receivers. Anyways, let's get started. This is a 6-inch vise, 150 millimeters, that I picked up real cheap. It seems to be made of cast iron. Also seems to be fairly decent quality, even though it's made by the Mount Thai Vise company in the People's Republic of China. Since it's from the People's Republic of China, it can't be any older than October 1949. I guess it all depends on when trade opened up as to when it got imported. This thing spent its life bolted to the back of a work truck, and so I'm going to clean it up and start using it. So the screw is in really good shape. Threads inside look good. So the jaws are also removable. Not sure what I'm going to do there. I've got to see if there's a modern equivalent that are just bolt-on replacements. I can make new jaws over at my buddy's house, who's got a machine shop in his garage, but these serrations might be difficult. So I'm using vinegar to soak these parts in to help loosen up the rust. Those of you who have been watching my videos might already know that I like to place my vices as well as a grinder on these bases so that they can be easily moved around into different parts of my shop. I've got a 2-inch square bar welded to a round plate that this particular vise is mounted to, and it slides into a hitch receiver just like on the back of a truck. And I've got one of these hitch receivers at each end of my bench. I've also got a cart that has several of them for armoring sticks. I've also got a grinder stand that uses this same method. And I'm making a stand for this vise out of a large bus wheel and some 2.5-inch square tube that is the receiver side. So these 2-inch square tubes will slide right into it. Anyways, it's really flexible. It gives me a lot of opportunity to move things around and still use them in the limited space that I have. And this vise is going to be no different. I've already got a 10-inch round plate. I got that drilled over at my buddy's house. Here's that video. Anyways, I managed to break a bit, and it was a lot easier to just go over to my buddy's house and have him drill these for me on his mill, and I'll be buying another set of drill bits here pretty soon anyway, to make up for the ones that I'm now missing. Anyways, so this is going to be the base plate. It'll get a 6-inch square tube welded to it, and it'll be finding its home here on my workbench in short order. So I really like the bare metal look, although I've sprayed this with a matte finish clear coat Rust-Oleum as a base, as a primer, just because I didn't want it to rust on me. I may actually leave it like this because I like the way it looks. And since it's my shop and what I think matters, that's the way it's going to be. I actually bought some paint to paint this some nice red and black colors, but in the end, I don't know if I care enough, so I'll keep the paint for something else. Anyways, let's build this this base, get it welded up. So one of the ideas I had was to give this vise a bit of an upgrade. I've seen other people use what are called thrust bearings. They're very thin wafers with little rollers inside them, embedded inside. And then there are basically bushings on either side, and it makes a very thin bearing surface. And so I want to go ahead and include some thrust bearings on this shaft to give it a little smoother operation, kind of like I said, an upgrade. Now, the original spring that was in here was compressed a little bit, held in place by a cotter pin, and the thickness of this this housing, the dynamic jaw assembly. And obviously if you include thrust bearings, well, you know, it takes up a bit of room. And when I put these in place, I noticed that I didn't really have enough space to compress this spring still. I could, if I fully compressed the spring, I still couldn't get the cotter pin in, and it didn't really make any sense because the spring was totally compressed. It wasn't doing its job of providing a little bit of shock and cushion relief there. So I went to an old standby McMaster car. And they had not only a great selection of these thrust bearings, but I could also buy a slightly smaller spring of the same diameter, same wire thickness, just a little shorter. And it provides the same amount of force in, requires the same amount of force in a much smaller package. So we're going to go ahead and give this thing an upgrade and see how well that works. All right, so in order to compress the spring, I need to be able to apply force in this direction evenly. Now, I've tried using pliers and C-clamps, but that just doesn't work well enough. So what we're going to do is make a spring compressor, and that'll be done using this piece of Schedule 40 PVC pipe. And oops, it'll be, we'll slide it down here, and then using an F-style bar clamp, we'll compress in this direction evenly, and I'm going to have to cut a notch into this so that I can see the hole. But once we compress it, we should be able to get that cotter pin in and relieve the pressure. And that's what we're going to do next. And there we have it. Not too bad in my humble opinion. You know, cast iron tools such as this vise are often referred to as Chinesium and are considered substandard. This particular vise seems pretty decent. Anyways, I like it and I'm happy with it. Okay, I guess that's it for this video. Remember, please click like if you happened to enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you would please click on subscribe. And if you would like to be notified when I publish future videos, just click on that bell-shaped notify button. Additionally, I'd love to hear from you, so be sure to leave me a comment, and please share this video with anyone you think might like it as well. Bye for now.